I'm Hu Tao, the current director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, responsible for, well, trifling matters having to do with immortality. A satisfying trade to be in, though, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is well known around town. Wait, hold on.
It's driving me mad.
What would you say to a group discount? 30% off for parties of 10?
Director, please, you did your best. We don't need another clash with the Millilith.
If Paimon understood all that correctly, it seems like she's trying to sell them the funeral parlor services.
Director, wait! What about Big G? Don't forget.
The music just stopped.
Big G? Who's that? We've been in Liyue for ages and never heard that name.
Big. Man, I looked at the ground at like a bad time. I almost missed the video clip saying that it saved.
And in fact, what Meng has said is entirely plausible. Spirits on occasion do find a way into our world.
Yeah, I know that.
But as for evil spirits, I think you're scaring yourself. Even I have only encountered malevolent forces a handful of times.
But are you sure there's no danger? I couldn't bear for him to go around harming people.
You see what I mean? Look at the state of him. If we can't find Big G, it'll eat away at Monk forever. Those people we found today were also Monk's childhood friends. I thought there was a good chance Big G might have hidden among them. But here we are, empty-handed.
Wong Hill, childhood friends? Seems like we're out of leads.
Who's this?
Sorry, excuse me. Is this Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? My name's Luo Chung. I've had this awful feeling recently, like something's staring at me. Some of my friends and I went to Wuwang Hill the other day on a dare. After I returned home, I felt ill. I've been having recurring nightmares, but the doctors can't find anything wrong with me. I think that it's a curse, right? I've been cursed by a demon.
Say no more. There's no doubt it's a demonic curse, all right, and a serious one at that.
You believe so too? Then it's just like they say in the tales of old. The vengeful spirits of the gods who fell in the Archon War return to cast their evil curses upon mortals. And if the curse isn't lifted, it will burn through the body, laying waste to flesh and bone. Oh, what a wretched end! The symptoms I'm having are just like those described in the tales.
Wong Hill? No, I don't think it was a curse. It was probably just Big G.
Hold your horses, both of you. There's no need to creep each other out.
Isn't that exactly what you like to do, though?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor specializes in demonic stuff like this, right? Help me! I beg you! I'm too young to die!
Really, like, before I didn't care about like voice acting stuff when I was younger, but like the older I get, since starting voice acting, well, not a true voice actor, but practicing, and like, when would I say I officially wanted to call myself a voice actor? So just go to the Day of the God User Resurrection fan dub and go there, or the Buried dub. Just look at my voiceover dubbing playlist and look at the first video in there and check the date. That's basically when I said I started doing stuff like this. But basically, more and more, I appreciate people's work when doing it, because I can actually like tell who puts in work. Like this guy here, he's putting in that work.
All right, don't panic. Leave it to me. You've come to the right person. However, in order to lift the curse, We need a suitable location, and we need to make some preparations. Come with me, my trusty assistants. I'm going to need your help.
I guess I'll come too.
Help him make the preparations first. The incense exorcism, the one I taught you. When you're ready, come and find me. Once we've finished with this, we'll get back to the Big G matter.
Okay, I guess.
Right. Let's go.
You know, I realized something. I think it's probably in the manga. In the manga, for characters, they probably have their last names in there. Like, Zhongling, I'm sure, has a last name.
I created...
And Jean and Barbara, you know, you probably see their last name on the official site or something. I actually want to look at, like, people's full, like, names. Because the only character in this whole game, I don't know if Hu Tao's name is just like Hu and last name Tao. I don't know if it's that. The only character that I know has a full name is Mona Majestus.
Please help me! I don't want to die!
Don't worry. The director is highly skilled. She'll help you find a way.
Well, what do? Go to exorcism site. This is probably the domain part now. I'm gonna go up here. I think after this one I might be done. I don't know. If I do a hangout event, I've seen videos on the hangout events. Like I haven't watched them, but I've seen them, and it looks like it's like they're just 40 minutes long. Especially if you're going to do every ending, which I will be doing. Every single ending, because you actually have to do every ending to unlock the next event. Which of course Noelle already has her second event, which I guess isn't a surprise, because many people like Noelle after her first one. But like, where's the things for other people?
Rituals are you gonna perform here?
No ritual at all. We just need to kill some time.
Eh?
Wait, you didn't take all that vengeful God's curse stuff seriously, did you? They were eradicated ages ago.
So why are we here?
You saw those two. One thinks he's been cursed, and the other one believes his friends turned into an evil spirit. It's hard to reason with them. Now you see why I believe that ordinary folks should be kept in the dark. I've seen too many people lose their senses on account of things like this. If you want to calm them down, you need to convince them with something tangible. And the best way to do that is to make a great show of destroying the boogeyman they believe in before their very eyes.
Sounds like that might work. If you were trying to cheer up a 3-year-old.
How old are you, Paimon?
Why would you ask that? Paimon just wants to know why we can't tell everyone the truth.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will improve the situation instead of exacerbating it. What I can do is pretend to pull back anyone who believes their time is nigh. But since the curse is imaginary, our fix will also be make-believe.
Makes sense. But why would anyone believe that it's a curse?
Do you know the history of the Yaksha?
I know just some bits and pieces.
They once fought against the ancient gods. They fought brilliantly in a battle that engulfed the whole world in darkness. Although the gods were defeated in the end, their resentment persevered. That resentment turned into a pestilence spreading amongst the ordinary folk. Hysteric people mistook it for the curse of the gods. The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading. Purify the air and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Paimon didn't see that coming. Really?
What's going on with the grass here? What the fuck happened to What's happened to my voice?
Yes. Anyway, it took many years, but eventually the plague was completely eradicated. We've dealt with similar phenomena multiple times throughout the ages. Each time we successfully restored the balance between life and death. To sum it up, we are gatekeepers, guarding the border for the sake of both the living and the dead.
That's what you meant by guarding the border.
So when I say this curse is just a figment of the imagination, I say it with more certainty than most. But I also can't really go telling people that the ancient plagues were real, or it would incite panic. Anyway, let's wait a bit more and get ready for the show. This leyline monolith will make for a really great prop. Ah, you're finally here. We just finished our preparations. Now, look here. This device is used to drive away evil spirits. It'll absorb the curse inside you and cause it to take a physical form. But don't worry, the traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety.
Doing the dirty work again.
Oh, right. I forgot to tell you. It'll be fine.
Will that really solve my problem?
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo, but she's serious about everything she does.
How can you call me a weirdo? I mean, wouldn't you say it's more charmingly naive or disarmingly different? All right, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant, please activate the device.
I don't want to do this.
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
Well, buddy, I guess we're gonna find out today. You just had to be here. No! Dang it! To this day, I have not had a leyline monolith not get hit once. Hey! What the? What shit is this?
I'm counting on you!
Shut up, fool! Who do you think you are talking to me like that?
By royal decree.
I'm gonna let this curse eat you up.
Boba, get them.
Go back and get them. Look at how all of that stuff combines. Saw a meme where it was child, Zhongli, and then Diluc and Kaya, or maybe it was Razor,
Windblade.
and they're like, when you start spinning, we start running.
How are you feeling? Did the curse leave your body?
Yes, I feel more invigorated than ever before. I'm cured.
He really was the
I
original.
can't express how grateful I am for your and the Traveler's help. If it hadn't been for you, the curse would have taken my life.
Ah, great. In which case, I guess now I can tell you. You've been pranked.
What?
This exorcism device? People like you wouldn't recognize it, but it's just an old ley line monolith deceptively effective at attracting monsters. And those were real monsters, not a manifestation of your curse. So riddle me this. If I didn't do anything to lift the curse, then what's the cause of your sudden recovery?
The curse wasn't real? Then why was I sick?
If I could just reference a certain Genshin Impact animator, I'd like to give you a headphone warning. Quickly now. I don't know what that was, but I do know what it was. I was basically trying to reference the video that Gimnag? It's something, but basically he's become a meme among the Genshin Impact community of, if you've ever heard of No Pull Today, it comes from him. And basically, just basically look at any Genshin Impact character and just imagine them screaming the way I did for a second there, but 10 times better with his voice. Just go look up Genshin Impact animators and wait till you find like the Hu Tao videos or just any video to do with Ether in it, which is most of them, because that's when you get some funny stuff right there.
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad, or just scared yourself sick. It's anyone's guess, but I'm leaning towards the last option. Wouldn't be the first time in my career.
No pull today. No pull today.
How unexpected.
It's funny when certain games come out, there's just a random community of people in each game.
I also didn't expect that, but still, I'd like to thank you.
Like when a certain game comes out, a certain bit of talent comes out as well. Like I saw there was an animation of like Amber and Ether where it was referencing a ReZero point with Amelia being like, oh, I am pregnant. That animation style was like so unique, I'd never seen it before. It was like a mixture of normal animation and claymation stuff and stop motion put into one. Except there wasn't really much to do with claymation. Like, you know how some, like, chowder, or like a mixture of chowder, and you know how sometimes you have those like little drawing things that kind of move, like the textures on their clothes will move around, stuff like that, you know, stuff like that. And I always love seeing things like that. That's why I wish I could animate and actually draw, but I can't. If I could, man, I'd be doing stuff. But I've tried to learn Blender. Oh god, I couldn't do it.
Don't mention it. I found a way to deal with your fears this time, but I can't do it over and over again. So I'd appreciate it if you try not to give in to superstitions in the future. Human life is short. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Wow, what a weird thing to say. I shall head back. I'm sorry for troubling you.
I feel relieved to see that it wasn't Big G's doing. However, unless he crosses the border, there will be no end to his antics. Since we are done with the matter at hand, can we resume our search for Big G?
I believe that won't be needed. He found us first.
Big G?
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
Ghost! But this Big G, he looking biggy small.
This is Big G? He's just a child?
Well, he is a spirit. It's quite normal that he looks just like he did when he left this world.
That's not what Paimon imagined when Paimon first heard the name Big G.
Everybody knows what you thought when you heard the name Big G.
Let's bring him back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. We have much to do.
Alright, that lasted all through the night. Man, I'm seriously just gonna be stuck at Adventure Rank 55 forever. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be at Adventure Rank 56 until version 2.0. I'm not gonna be Adventure Rank 66. Wait, there is no 66. I'm not gonna be Adventure Rank 60 until this game is in version 3. Don't have any more updates, I gotta go till then. You know how many years that is?
After all that's happened, Paimon's not even sure what's going on anymore.
I didn't expect to stumble upon Big G like that either.
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Remember what I said? There's only so many evil spirits in this world. It was a twist of fate that made him leave Wuwang Hill in the first place. Now, for some reason, he can't go back.
This explanation sounds a bit far-fetched to Paimon.
Actually, she pretty much summed it up.
Huh?
Don't ever question my professional instincts.
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came to Liyue Harbor. I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone.
Back down to the floor I go.
A few days ago, some people came to Wuwang Hill on a dare. I heard them saying they'd come from Liyue Harbor, so I followed one of them back and ended up here.
must have been poor Lo Chung that you followed. Maybe he didn't notice you, but he could still feel your presence. Now we know what caused his nightmares.
I was discovered?
He wasn't very hidden there, kid.
Well, I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to death.
Why didn't you come looking for Mung sooner?
Yeah, Huto and Mung were searching for you all over the place.
Oh, that's because I couldn't find them. It's my first time in Liyue Harbor, and I got lost in the city.
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction. When we were kids, he'd never go down the hill by himself. We always had to lead him.
So, all of this was just because you got lost? Why didn't you just fly? Like any other ghost or spirit? Don't you think it's much easier to find your way from up above?
I can't. It's too high for me. I get scared.
Boy, what the fuck?
That's right, yes! He used to be so afraid of heights that he wouldn't even so much as look down the hill. You haven't changed a bit.
Okay. Now I done gotta do this one. Good thing they didn't call you Tall G.
I knew I wasn't supposed to show myself to the living, and with so many people walking around Liyue Harbor, my only choice was to hide. I wouldn't have found you if it weren't for the Leyline Monolith's call.
I'm so relieved that you haven't become an evil spirit.
Like I said, don't ever doubt my professional instincts. Now, all we have to do is escort this lost child back to Wuang Hill. And we should be done and dust to dusted.
Why don't we just go have him meet with Dusky Ming?
But he just said he wanted to visit his friends. Apart from me, there's also Little Wu, Mumu, and Songzi.
Well, if that's the case, we can't let him down. We'll ask them all to help us prepare a farewell ceremony for Big G. Mung and I will escort Big G back to Wuang Hill. You meet with those three and ask them for keepsakes to symbolize each one of them during the ritual, then come and find us.
They're all friends. Can't we just go there all together? Or maybe we can take Big G to them.
They get too freaked out.
That's not a good idea. I don't want to scare them.
I wouldn't want ordinary folks to become superstitious. The less they know, the better. So be careful what you say when you collect the keepsakes.
Are we really going with Hu Tao's plan? At least by keeping things low-key, we won't be giving anyone nightmares.
I suppose.
Hi! Do you remember us?
Oh, you. Sorry, I won't be needing the funeral parlor's services anytime soon.
Ming said that he's an old friend of yours.
Yes, we grew up together. We still keep in touch even now. I don't know why he started working for Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. To be honest, I find their director to be quite peculiar. But he must have had his reasons. He's on his own now, after all. And he still can't get over what happened to Big G. Did he tell you about it?
Yeah, he did. If you could pick one thing to give to Big G as a keepsake, what would you choose? Just, theoretically speaking. We're just being hypothetical here. Definitely not gonna actually go commemorate him or anything.
Typical Paimon.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like no other. His favorite meal was extra spicy Jueyun chili chicken. I can make it for you if you bring me some Jueyun chilies. I'm sure he'd appreciate the flavor of his childhood years. I still use that old recipe.
Deal! Just give us a minute.
Jueyun chilies are a common sight in Liyue. I can rustle that dish up in no time if you help me find some.
Well, I know I have some. I got like 104.
Great. This should be enough. I'll get started on the Jueyun chili chicken. I guess you've got other folks to track down? When everyone's ready, I'll get the dish over to you.
Great! See you later!
Perhaps he is no fool. You see, the bigger that man gets, the bigger his brain gets. Why don't we go deal with the kids who lost their mother up there? You can't tell if you're cleaning or not.
Place to go for classic wet dishes.
Got stuck.
Not you again. I told you, I'm not interested in the inner workings of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Mung told us about you. You're good friends, right?
That's true, yes. Come to think of it, I remember he did join Wangsheng Funeral Parlor recently. It didn't take long for his good friends to figure out why. The Big G incident. But I know there's nothing we can say to help him get over it. Letting go of the past is a painful process. I would know. So, is Big G the reason you're here to see me?
How did you know? We didn't even say anything.
Don't worry, I'm a businessman. I won't go spilling your secrets. Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and thinks I must be dim-witted. I never heard the end of it when I set up shop. But I'd say I proved a few people wrong. Here, take this. It's a top-of-the-line toy box we all dreamed of owning as kids. Back then, none of us could afford it. We were penniless. Today, business is booming. I ended up buying loads of these. It was a dream come true.
Wow, you must be like super rich.
For me, it's a memento of a childhood long gone. Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today.
You know, I'm probably gonna sound like a sad guy, or people are gonna be like, oh, that's terrible. But like, childhood, me, it's like, eh. There are so many people who's like, man, I miss my childhood. I'm sitting here like, you know what? What's there to miss? Yeah, there were like maybe a few little things back then, years ago when I lived in Utah that I definitely miss, but I got my friends now, and everything, the things I have now, I'm like, I'm good. I got the guys, and that's good for me. They say you don't get best friends when you're younger. Like when you're in school and stuff like that, you're not gonna get best friends when you're older, ones that'll be with you like almost forever. That ain't true. No matter what age, you'll get a good friend who will keep around with you. Honestly, I feel like, because I honestly feel like the age that me and the guys met, because that's when we're all trying to figure out just who we are when you're a teenager, 14 to up. It's like life gets tough, and well, when you have those real talks with your friends, you soon find out that you've become brothers or sisters if you're friends like that. So, you know, I always like to think back on that stuff, and that's why I'm always happy.
So, having found B, I guess you'll be looking for Little Wu and Songza next.
We already saw Little Wu. Now we gotta find Songza.
I see. If it's Songza you're after, let's meet at the overpass at Feiyun Slope. It's just above the staircase leading down to the dock. I've got an errand to run. I'll come find you as soon as I'm done.
Songza. Ah, Li Songza. Ah, here they are.
You're all here.
Reminiscing about old times, thinking back to past events. We've been at it for years.
Our hometown was completely destroyed in a disaster, so we've got nowhere to go back to. Now, home is wherever friends are.
They've just been telling me you're looking for keepsakes. I make artisan style lanterns down by Liyue Harbor. I guess they represent me better than anything.
Man, you just look like a shorter hair version of that girl in Valkyria Chronicles 4.
A few days ago, I bought some quality plastrite shards. They're currently all in the warehouse at the dock. I've already spoken to the manager. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me?
Seems like you already know what's going on. Be back in a jiffy.
Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, now gotta dodge them kids. I don't want to hear about their dead mother. Whoa. I really do wonder when they're just gonna let us run around with Paimon following us. I want them damn outfits already, man. I want to look stylish.
Hi, we're here to pick up the plastrite shards for Sansa.
I think she mentioned it. Yes, here you are in the register. No problem. The plastrite shards are over in that crate there. Please, help yourselves.
Which one?